Summer 2026 fashion essentials.
Beauty products every woman needs this summer.
I made a list of the products I cannot live without for summer.
Hot girls don't gatekeep. These are the 8 beauty products I think you need this summer.
These are my top 10 beauty products that you need in your beauty bag this summer.
These are some products that have completely taken over my summer, so you need them for your summer too.
At some point, summer stopped being a season and started becoming a shopping category. We're living in a culture where everything and anything has to be sold back to us, like we don't know how to do summer properly, as if this year's aesthetic and products and trends are essential to enjoying summer and making memories. I do not know how many times I have seen the phrase products I can't live without, or must-haves, or essential items for summer 2026. Even though in the majority of these, you were probably fine last summer and the previous summers without them. Like if you lived through last summer without it, you'll probably be fine this summer. And these things are often a very specific product or very trendy things that often just like become junk, or they're trying to like fix a problem, which at first is like, okay, yeah, I can see that's like a problem. But ultimately, it just adds more clutter into your home. And it really was just like a minor inconvenience to begin with. It wasn't really like a real problem. So like first I saw this like phone umbrella. It's just like a little suction cup put on the back of your phone to like shield the sun. And I was just like, first of all, that looks pretty silly. Second of all, you have one built in. You just go like this. I also saw this like 2-in-1 ice cup thing where like half of it was an ice cube tray and half of it was a cup, and you just like push the ice cubes into the cup. I think it was like at the Target dollar spot, which is often the source of many of these little trinkets that you just don't need in your life. I also saw like a sunscreen roller thing that had like a sponge on it, and you like put your sunscreen in it and then you like roll it on and it kind of rubs it in all in one step. And like I get it, like it seems at first that you're really like solving the problem, like putting sunscreen on children. I know that I don't have children, but I have worked at a daycare where I had to put sunscreen on 12 toddlers multiple times a day. I get it, like yeah, it would maybe be nice to speed up that process, but it's just like another thing that you have to remember to manage to like grab and bring with you to clean. It's made where the foam disintegrates after a while, so you have to like replace that. Just like another thing in your brain that you have to think about other than just like going and getting sunscreen. And yeah, there's just a plethora of specific bags and specific sunglasses and specific sandals that you need to have this summer. Otherwise, it's gonna be a terrible summer and you're not gonna have any fun. You have to buy all of these new outfits for your vacation and never wear them again, all in the name of hot girl or cool girl or chic girl summer. I don't know which girl I'm supposed to be this year, but I'm sure it's one of those or another one. But just like constantly insinuating that if you don't buy these things, if you don't do the entire array of things, then you won't be cool or hot or chic, or you won't have fun with your kids. Like your kids are gonna hate you because you gave them such a boring summer, or your summer is like really ugly and unaesthetic because you didn't buy the matching sets or the pretty things, even though you probably have pretty things that were fine like last year or 2 years ago. And I just keep thinking, when did summer get so complicated? It's all just getting a little bit too much. And it's no secret that the reason that these types of videos and products work is because they are selling to you the image of an ideal summer. We as humans are naturally attracted to beautiful things and things that evoke emotion. So it's not just a water bottle, it's a water bottle that you can take with you so you can go outside and have fun adventures. And it's like, do you really need a new water bottle, or do you just need to go outside? Oh, you need a new matching picnic basket and blanket and cooler. I've seen a lot of coolers that are like very aesthetic. You need all of these things to have the perfect picnic. It's like, actually, you just need a towel, a sandwich, a little patch of grass to have a picnic, right? You need this new swimsuit style so that you can feel better about your body. And I hate to break it to you, but what's really just gonna fix your insecurities is just going out there, doing what you want, having fun without worrying about what other people think. Yes, a lot of these things are useful. A water bottle, a picnic blanket if you like to take picnics, a swimsuit if you want to go swimming, but chances are you already have one that works perfectly fine. Even if you were in the market for finding one of these things, it's kind of a one and done situation where you just buy one and then you use it for years and years until it breaks or it wears out or it doesn't fit anymore. Like, you shouldn't be needing to buy a new beach bag every year. You shouldn't be needing to really even buy, depending on how much you swim, like a new swimsuit every year. I usually have swimsuits that go for multiple years and I only get rid of them when, you know, like the elastic is like dry rotted. So like you're buying all of these products and you're still unhappy because you are focusing entirely on the wrong things. You're focusing so much on how your summer might look or might look to the outside world, like other people, maybe online or just, I don't know, at the beach. But in reality, people just don't really care. It's just all making your life so much more complicated than it needs to be. We're getting so caught up in the time it takes to go shopping for these things and managing these things within our home, remembering to like pack everything when you want to go out. And at the same time, we are expressing how sad and nostalgic we're feeling about what summer was like when we were kids. I've seen so many videos talking about having a 90s summer, like 2000s summer, and it's kind of sad that we have to like promote this as if it's like a new trendy thing. Really just like getting off screens, going outside, just having slow days where there's nothing planned. All of these things do still exist. In fact, I've seen plenty of kids around my neighborhood riding their bikes, playing outside, just like I did when I was a kid. It just seems like we're so caught up in this belief that because we grew up, because we got smartphones and got into social media, because we now have to work and have less time, that we suddenly can't go back to any moments or memories that we had when we were kids, and that the summer that we knew is completely gone forever. And yes, like of course some things have changed. You're obviously like an adult now. These types of things and activities have been here this whole time. You just have to choose to do them instead of choosing modern digital entertainment and overconsumption. And it doesn't really matter what decade you pick. You want to have an 80s summer, you want to have a 50s summer, I don't know. It doesn't really matter the fashion or the aesthetic or whatever you're going for. You know, like we weren't thinking about that in the moment. We were just focused on doing things. Think about what you were doing during summer as a kid. We weren't just watching other people's realities in the palm of our hand. We were going out and doing things. We were more focused on the present moment. We didn't really care about getting the right products. Like we didn't need a sand cloud beach towel and a bog bag. We just grabbed an old bath towel and any bag we could find and we just went to the beach. We didn't even need like specific beach toys. If we had a bucket and a shovel, great. Otherwise, we were just making sandcastles with our hands. We certainly didn't care what color was trending, whether it was butter yellow or teal or something. We just picked a swimsuit that was our favorite color at the time or just something we really liked, and we wore it. I mean, these things you can still do as an adult and you can still do for your kids. Think about what your beach day essentials were as a kid or like your pool day essentials. So swimsuit, towel, sunscreen, maybe toys or like goggles, snacks, and like how much has really changed as an adult. You could still have a fine beach and pool day with just those 5 things. Maybe swap out toys for like a book or something. It does not have to be so complicated that you are worried about getting all of these little things perfectly perfect, the right bag and the right containers to fit in the bag. This pursuit of like this perfection and this aesthetic where like not everything in your life has to be aesthetic, because no one's like gonna remember what aesthetic you had. Like your kid is not going to remember like what sunscreen you used or that like you had the right beach towel or whatever. They're gonna remember you taking them to the beach or the pool and having a fun time. This can just be normal all year, every year. A lot of things that we're making high maintenance can actually be very low maintenance. And I think when things are more low maintenance, when I'm like, oh, let's go to the pool, like just grab a random towel, grab a swimsuit and some sunscreen, it's just so much easier and motivating to just go rather than thinking like, oh, I have to like prepare all of these things in these perfect little containers an hour or so or more in advance to be able to go out the door. If you are feeling like you want to be more unplugged this summer, I actually have a whole video about how I'm relearning how to use my phone as a tool and not for entertainment. So you can go watch that. No one is forcing you to scroll on TikTok and waste hours of your day. No one's forcing you to binge watch Netflix. No one's even forcing you to have a Netflix subscription or any streaming service for that matter, like DVDs, the library do exist. I know we're already kind of a month or so into summer, but it's definitely not too late to just start making these changes and just let go of this perfection, of this striving for the ideal summer. Without thinking of things to buy, what are your actual summer must-haves? Maybe make a bucket list, but keep it simple. I think the best parts of summer are the simple, relaxed moments. Going for a picnic, going for a walk on the beach, going to the farmer's market, making homemade lemonade, going out for ice cream, going over to your neighbor's pool. These are the things that I remember about summer as a kid. I don't remember the products that we had or just the physical items. I remember like what we did. Maybe your summer must-haves are more broad. You can come up with a word that you want to focus on this summer and find activities or go with ideas that kind of fit that word. So for example, maybe your word is rest. So maybe you intentionally have stretches of time throughout your weeks where you have nothing planned. Maybe your word is peace. You're used to having a very busy schedule during the school year. Feels like as soon as summer is over, with fall going into the holidays, it just feels like everyone is like going nonstop. So maybe you want your summer to be extremely peaceful. So you forego a busy schedule and an overpacked calendar, and you limit the amount of things that you say yes to. Maybe you want your summer to just be fun and you just go out and do things carefree. Maybe you focus on spontaneity or even community. Seeking out friends to do things with, being that person that reaches out and invites someone to do something, and really finding your people or strengthening the bonds that you already have. Let's not worry about having the aesthetically perfect summer. Let's just get out and do things like we did when we were kids. Have adventures, explore, relax, and have fun with the time that you have. Make time for yourself, for your family, because I promise you, by next summer, you won't remember everything that you bought. You'll just remember what you actually went out and did. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.